Right, go on, you're up. Howdy, partners. Oh, Cut, you're such an idiot. Don't say that. You do it. He's an idiot. Today, he's got another tatty old budget boot fair tent. Oh, well, that weren't much better, was it? Oh, I wish I'd woke the cat up. He's so much better than you two. So here we have it. In this bag is what I got up the boot fair on Sunday. As you can see there, the bag is a little bit ripped, but I did open the bag and have a little look inside. And what's in there does sort of look nice and clean, and it did sort of look alright. Now, I didn't get it right out the bag up the boot fair. I only had a little shifty through the bag, and I did only pay £8 for this, so I took a little bit of a gamble that it'd be alright, because it might just be the bag got ripped and the tent's fine. I don't know, so we'll see as it goes up. So there I have it. That must be like a little porch ground sheet or something like that for it. So I don't really know nothing about this tent. All I know is it's called the Aventura, because it's got this little bit in here. Like, it's got a little instruction bit, look, and it says the Aventura 4-person tunnel tent. So as I love a bit of an adventure, I thought, right, the adventurer's right up my street, let's get it. No, I didn't really. I bought it because I got this one very cheap, and I didn't find a lot else that was like cheap. I did find quite a few tents up the boot fair this week, but people seemed to want a lot of money for them. So this was the only one I really found that looked like a sort of half-decent tent, and I got it for a right bargain price, and that is why I bought this one. And you never know, it might be a really nice tent. There you go, the Adventurer. Let the adventure begin. So when we pitch this up, the adventure will begin for me and my new Adventurer tent. Well, unless this tent has got a massive grey hole in it or something, and then the adventure will not begin. The adventure will be over before it has even started. But hopefully not. Hopefully this is a nice tent and it's not got a big hole or nothing in it. So we shall find out as it goes up. So as you can see there, as I'm getting all these bits out, look, they all look nice and clean, all these bits. So sort of what I'm seeing so far, this tent looks in quite nice condition. So that's what I thought. When I opened the bag and looking in it, I thought, oh, that looks all nice and clean and all that. And I did see them as well in the bag. They are a set of porch poles. So they are really handy, the old porch poles. And they're quite like them poles. So they're a nice set of porch poles. Happy days. Good set of porch poles in the old £8 budget tent. So it has got a set of pegs with it. Let's have a quick look at what they are. So they're nothing special. They're quite long, but they're just like the steel heavy pegs. But at least it has got pegs with it. So it does all seem like it's complete, this tent. And there is its actual pole bag, and in there it's got a few guides. So I don't know if they're like spare guides or they're the actual guides that need tying on the tent. Hopefully they're spare guides and the tent has already got a lovely set of guides tied to it. So let's open up the poles, and I would imagine these poles are going to be fiberglass. I can't see this thing having a right nice set of aluminium poles on it. Oi, what you got here then? What's this old thing? Oh, morning, cat. What you got here? I like the colour, nice and orange. This is called the Adventurer, cat. It's the boot fair tent. Oh, lovely. Old boot fair special. Oh, it smells nice. I think the last person to have an adventure in this must have cooked some fish fingers in it. Corny and half lovely and comfortable. I'm going to have a little sleeping adventure with the Adventurer tent. I'll get off it, cat. I've got to pitch it up and do the video. No, I'm having a sleeping adventure. Go on, let me have half hour. Oh, fish fingers, chips and beans. That's what they had. Fish fingers, chips and beans. Lovely jubbly. Can we have fish fingers, chips and beans for tea? Can we? Please, please. Oh, and they had tartar sauce. Oh, can we have tartar sauce without fish fingers, chips and beans? We ain't got no tartar sauce, Cat. Now get off it, I've got to put it up. No, I'm not getting off. This tent is so comfortable. It is absolutely lovely. You done well getting this. How much was it? How much did you pay for the old boot fair tent? £8, Cat. £8? Did you pay with a tenner? Yes, Cat. So you got £2 change? Yes, Cat. Why? Well, take that £2 change, send Jess over the shop, get a nice pot of tartar sauce for later. All right, Cat. So as you can see, it has got the fiberglass poles on it, and they're not the really thin little fiberglass poles. They are a little bit thicker than that, and they do look nice condition. I can't see no damage or nothing on the poles. All the elastic feels good and all that, so yeah, the poles are looking alright on this one. And it's got 4 poles with it. So 4 poles with this tent. So let's get them together and see what we have actually got. And by the look of it, looking at these poles, I've got 2 poles with no markings and 2 poles with little grey markings on them. So probably this tent's going to be 2 poles one length, 2 poles the other length. Well, that's how it looks anyway. So that's the poles together. And yeah, I've got 2 poles the same length and the other 2 are a tiny bit shorter. And you're going to get off it now, mate. It's time to put the poles in. You got to get off it, mate. Please, don't make me get up. I absolutely love it here. And it's so fish-fingery pongy. I really, really love it. Can't you do something else and just let me have an hour? Oh, get up, Cat. Oh, please, don't make me move. I'm so happy and chilled. This is my favourite place in the whole wide world. I love this boat fair adventure. Oh, please, Cat. If you get up, Cat, we'll have fish fingers, chips and beans for tea. With tartar? Yeah, with tartar. Oh, lovely. Fish fingers, fish fingers, fish fingers, chips and beans. Fish fingers, chips and beans. Fish fingers, chips and beans. With a little dollop of tartar. Right, so let's get the poles into this tent. And like I said, I've got 2 poles one length and 2 poles a tiny little bit shorter. And the way these poles go in, there is no crosses or nothing like that. So it is a tunnel tent, really, this tent. It looks like it's got 2 like centre poles and then the other 2 poles go in and kind of lean out at an angle. So a lot of tents are like that, innit? I know what sort of style of tent this is going to be once it's up. And then 2 bits over there, one of them the cat is sitting on and the other one, I think they're going to be like 2 sleeping compartments. So I'd imagine it has got a sleeping compartment one side and then a sleeping compartment the other side and like a big open space bit in the middle. I'm not 100% on that, but it's what it's looking like so far. Because I've sort of got other tents a bit like this, so the way this is going up, that's how it looks. What, so we get a bedroom each? God, I'm having this one. Oh, I love this adventure. I'll get a bedroom each. This tent just gets better and better. I love this tent. Yeah, that's right, Cat. Bedroom each. Me and Jess can have this one, and you and Froggy can go in the other one, and we'll go family camping. No, I'm not doing that. Me and Jess are going this one. You and Froggy can go in the other one, 'cause you and Froggy both fart a lot in your sleep. And then you can stink that one out all you like and make it smell like the sewers. And mine and Jess's room will still stay smelling fresh. No, Cat, my tent, my rules, and I'm not sharing a room with Froggy. When he drops one of them froggy-oggy bombs, oh, he makes such a stink, I'm not going in a room with him. Yeah, you are right there. How about this then? We put Jess in with Froggy and I'll come in with you. Yeah, alright, Cat, sounds like a plan. We'll have a great time, mate. We'll have a late night feast. and do a few cheeky shots of something tasty. Whoa, lovely. 'Cause I do love it in with you. And can I have a lot of chin tickles? 'Cause I like it when you tickle my chin, but don't tell the viewers. No, I won't tell them, Cat. You can have some little chin tickles, mate. I know you'd like it. Not now. Not on the camera. It's bad for my roughy, tufty image. So the poles are going in really nice on this tent. I can't see no damage on this fly whatsoever. This fly looks in really, really nice condition. Considering how tatty that bag was, what is inside it is quite surprising, because it really does look in lovely condition. All the colours are bright, all the guides look nice, everything looks really good. So I would say, although this tent's probably quite old, I wouldn't say it's been used a lot. I reckon it's just been sat in that bag a long time, this tent. And that is what the bloke said, because when I bought this tent, I did ask the bloke about it, and he said, I only used it a few times. Me and my missus and my kid went camping a few times in it, and then it has just sat in the bag in my garage for a long time. But it was the man at the boot fair. I don't know the man I bought this tent off, so you never can tell whether people are telling the truth or not. But I think this man was telling the truth, because that is how it looks. The bag is really tatty, but the tent looks really nice. So for like £8, this does look like a bit of a boot fair bargain. Long as the rest of it's like this, you might find that all the clips are gone and you can't get the inner in it or something like that. But having looked at this fly and all that, I really do think this thing is going to be in nice condition. I do think the man at the boat there was telling me the truth. So let's get the last pole in, and as you can see there, look, it's got the little black marking on the sleeve, and then this pole is the black pole. The other pole's got a little grey bit on the end of them, and they had little grey tabs on the pole sleeve. So this is the last pole to go in. All the poles have gone in lovely. There is no damage on the poles. So happy days so far. This thing is looking really good. And it does look like it's going to be quite a big tent, this one. So I think I might struggle a little bit to get this one up in my garden, because my garden is not very big. And this tent is looking like quite a big tent. So that's all the poles in. So if I go round to the other side, you can see it goes on the pins. And it's like the two ends of the poles are really close together on the two pins. But then the poles are going to open out like a V. You'll see what I mean when it goes up. So it's going to be like the same on this side. So I'll push it up and you'll see the bottoms of the poles are really close together. And that will be the same on the other two. The door will be in the middle. Well, I think the door will be in the middle. And then it'll be like the same on the other side. So it's like a big tunnel tent, really, this one. And then poles have gone in pretty easy. There is not a ton of pressure putting that in. And I have done the pins the wrong way round. That one goes on there and that one goes on there. So let's go round and do the other side. So push the other side in. Same again, they go on the two pins. That one goes on there, and you can see that pole there has got the little grey marking on it and the grey bit on the sleeve. So let's get this last pole in. And the tent light hasn't stood itself up, it's all laying on the ground. So I'm going to have to stand it up and put some pegs in before it takes shape. All this, although the poles are in, the tent is still laying on the ground. So it hasn't popped itself into shape. You got to now pull it into shape and peg it out either side so it takes the tunnel shape. So let's do that. I've sort of turned it round a bit and now I'm at the back. So let's get a couple of pegs in and then go forward and pull the poles up and it'll take shape. Once you get a couple of pegs into the front of it, it should hold itself up. So let's peg down this other back corner. So I'm sort of trying to squeeze it in here. There is not a lot of room. It might not pitch that well, this thing. It could be a little bit too big to go up in my garden. But hopefully it won't. Hopefully I'll be able to squeeze it in here somehow. So if I go to the other end now and like pull this thing out as I go. When I put a couple of pegs in the front here, this thing has stayed standing up. And now I've actually sort of pulled it out into shape a bit. It's not actually as big as what I thought it was going to be. It is still quite big, but when that fly was laying on the ground with a post for it, it looked absolutely massive. Now, it's not a small tent by any means. This is a big tent, but I did think it was going to be a lot bigger than this by the look of it when it was laying on the floor. But it still is a nice big sized tent. And I'm liking the condition of it, and I'm liking the colour of it. I like the grey and orange. It looks quite good, this tent. So let's get another peg in the front of this side, and then the old tent will be standing up nicely on its own. So just pull it a little bit better into shape. Go to the back, pull it out nice and tight. Work the slack forward, and then put a peg in the front here. And that's it, it'll be holding up nicely. There you go, the old tent has gone up good, and I still can't see any damage on this thing, so for £8 I am very, very happy with my bargain boot fair tent. Looks really nice, this thing. So it has got the little loop there in the middle. To pull the middle out, put another peg in. I need to do the same at the back, because it will be exactly the same on both sides of this tent. The only difference about this tent is one side has got a door, the other side hasn't. It has only got one way in and out, this tent. But both ends will be the same, both sides are the same. It's just got a door only on one side. But obviously that will open up into the canopy because I've got the poles for it. So it'd be nice, this tent, open right up with a canopy on it. Yeah, it's looking good. Look at that. That is a good looking tent. Look, the Aventura. Let the adventure begin. So let's go round, whack a few guides out on it. And by the look of it, all the guides are already on this tent. So them ones that are in the bag, they are spare guides, which is handy, isn't it? It's nice to have some spare guides. So by the look of it, it's got 4 guides either side. So it's got 8 guides in total. It's got 1 either side on every pole. So let's pull these front ones out and get a peg in them. Right, that's that one pegged. So let's do that last one at the front now. Pull it out nice and tight. Chuck a peg in it. There you go, the guides on this side are all out. So it's looking good, this tent with its guides out. Look at that, it's a great looking tent. And I bet it looks good once you get that door open and get the canopy out on it. I'll do that in a minute. So as you look at it there, it's going to have a sleeping bit on both sides. And what I thought was a little porch ground sheet, I reckon will go in the middle there. So there will be a ground sheet for the middle part, and it'll have a sleeping bit either side. So there you go, the Adventurer. Let the adventure begin. I'm enjoying my adventure so far. It's been really good and enjoyable, and it has only cost me £8. So the Adventurer is looking like another really good boot fair bargain. So let's get the zips open on the door. Open it up. It's got the old storm flap on it there and the little velcro bits to hold the flap down. And that zip worked really well. So hope the other one works as nice as that one. Yep, the zips work really good on the old Adventurer. So that's it. Let's roll the door up. And the door goes up and goes on toggles at the top. So let's roll the door up and get it on the toggles. And I'm looking inside this thing now. It is massive in there, this thing. And I'm looking at it now, and it's a shame this tent is so heavy, because I go camping a lot with an old motorbike, and you would be able to just put one sleeping bit in this, and then park my motorbike inside the tent as well, in the other side, so you could have the motorbike in the tent with you. But sadly, this tent is a bit too heavy to cart about on the bike. So although it'd be a really good idea, carrying this thing around on the bike would just be very, very impractical. So it's a shame it's so heavy, because that'd be really good. One sleeping compartment one side and your bike and all your gear parked in the other, so the bike is like nice and safe in the tent with you. That'd be good, but it's just too heavy to do that, sadly. An ultralight version of this tent would be great to do that with. So you're looking there, looking at it, look, this thing's massive inside. There's a ton of room in there. There really is. That's massive in there. So let's get the old bedroom bits in here. So they clip on every corner, and then they got the toggles that go round the top. Fish fingers, fish fingers, fish fingers, chips and beans, and a dollop of tartar sauce. Let the adventure begin. God, it's big in here, isn't it? I like it in here. It's lovely. Look at the size of it. There's enough room to swing a dog in here. Lovely. Look, oh, is this my room? Yeah, this one's our room. Come on, get it up. We'll have a little chill in it. Oh, yeah, this is our room. Froggy and Jess over there. Me and you in this one. Lovely. Oh, I can smell them fishy, fishy fingers. Whoa, I really like this tent. I know it's not a lovely old Vango, or it's not made by the lovely Mountain Hardware or North Face, but I really, really like this adventure tent. How about I give you a tenner for it? Cat, you already owe me a tenner. Remember, I bought you that flea stuff and you still ain't paid me for that. Shut up, don't tell everyone about that. I haven't got fleas. So that's the clips on the back corners, and then it just goes on the toggles like this. So I'll show you putting this one inner in, but I won't bother filming putting the other one in, because it'll go in exactly the same as this one. So it just goes up on them toggles right round, same as most inners do, innit? There's nothing special about putting the inner in this tent. They all go in like this. But I did notice this inner's got a massive mesh bit at the back to vent out nice. And it does look in good condition, this inner. So it is looking like a really good boot fair find, this old tent. For the money, for £8. You can't go wrong with this, innit? I know I've found some good tents like on a bit of a budget price. But this one's like a massive family tent. So for £8, if you wanted to go family camping on a budget, this thing would be perfect, innit? And you would have a good laugh with this. If you went camping as a family in a tent that cost you £8, you would have a good laugh about that. So that's both the inners in. The other one went in exactly the same, so I didn't bother filming putting that one in. Exactly the same, these two inners are. And this little sheet here that I thought was like a little porch ground sheet, it's going to go in the middle here, isn't it? So it's going to go on clips in these corners, and then the middle bit, you got a nice little sheet to store your gear in, which is good, ain't it? If the ground's a little bit damp or something like that, you can still store your gear in here. And what you could also do with this is you could unclip this and take it outside. If the ground's a bit like damp but it's gone nice and sunny, you could quite easily unclip the four corners of this and take this sheet outside and use it to sit on. So you get like a double whammy with this sheet. And also you could like use this sheet with your other tents. Like I might do that. This sheet would be a ground sheet for other tents. So you could quite easily take this out with a different tent, lay this on the ground and then pitch your tent on top of it. So yeah, this sheet has got a ton of uses. Nice sheet. You'd pay more, if you bought this sheet brand new, you'd pay more than £8 just for this sheet. Or you'd probably pay £8 for the sheet. You know what I mean? So it is a right little bargain, this tent. All the bits I've got with it, and it is 100% this complete, this tent. It is all here. I can't see any damage anywhere apart from that rip in the bag. So That bag looked really tatty, so I'm surprised how good this tent is. I did think this was going to be a really tatty old tent, but it was like the only thing I found at the boot fair that the seller was willing to take a reasonable price for. When I asked the price on this, the man said a tenner. I said, will you take £8? He went, yeah, alright then. So that was it. Boom, I bought this for £8. There was other tents up the boot fair on Sunday, but when I'm asking the prices, people are saying like £40, £50, £35. So there was nothing else there that was just going to be like a tenner or so, because that's all I want to spend up the boot fair, because you might get it home and it's absolutely terrible. So I don't want to be doing like 50 sheets on a boot fair tent. Well, unless I happen to find something that look really, really good, then I might do 50 sheets on a boot fair tent. But I would be there for half hour, getting that tent right out the bag and examining it, make sure there's no damage, it is all there, make sure it's all complete before I spent that sort of money on a tent. But like, since having the channel, I'm trying to find a tent every week. I only want to really do about a tenner, so when I find something I can get my hands on for a tenner or less, I'm not bothering getting it all out and do it. I like to do it on the video on the channel, get it out so I'm seeing it at the same time as you lot are seeing it. I don't get it all out before and go through it. I like to sort of just do it, just comes round and we get it out together and have a bit of a laugh with these boot fair tents. So that's like what I'm trying to do. So this thing for £8, even if it wasn't that good condition, it's not the end of the world, is it? It's only £8. I can swallow that. It's not a problem, really. Alright, I'd be a bit gutted. I'd chucked £8 away, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. I'd move on and get over it, and then next week I'd be hunting again for another one. Because I want to keep this tent every week up the boot fair going. Well, all the time the boot fairs are on, there's probably only a couple of months left of the boot fairs and then the season will be over. So hopefully I want to try and find one every week the boot fair's on and not cancelled through rain and that. Just to keep this old boot fair tent hunting lark going and get myself a little video every week on the channel of the boot fair tent. Yeah, I'm liking it, so that's why I'm doing it really. I'm enjoying it and it's a good bit of fun, isn't it? So as you can see, that first sleeping compartment was in really lovely condition, so let's hope this one is as nice as that one. I reckon it will be, because everything about this tent so far is looking really nice condition. So I reckon the man was telling the truth. This just sat in a bag in his garage for years. And it must have been a dry garage as well, innit? Because if this had sat out in a shed for years, it would have all mildew and that in it. But there is none of that in this tent whatsoever. So the man must have had a lovely dry garage for this to have sat in there for years and not got no signs of damp or anything like that.
Come on, hurry up, it's nearly tea time, it's nearly fish fingers, chips and beans, fish fingers, chips and beans. Oh, fish fingers, chips and beans.
It's not tea time yet, Kat, it's only afternoon. So it has got a bit of dirt on it there. That's the only marks I can see on it. And they're not like mildew or mould or nothing. That is just like dirt. So you can see that's come from, there's like leaves and bits in here from last time they used it. So that's probably just come from that, where it's been all folded up. So it's not mould or nothing like that. It is just a little bit of dirt. So I'm back in the other side now. So I'm going to lay myself down. And there is quite a bit of room in here. Each one of these is quite a decent sized 2-person sleeping area. It's not a little 2-person sleeping area. There is quite a bit of room in here for 2 people. So 2 of you over the other side, definitely a 4-man tent, ain't it? And the other thing you got, say there was a load of you going camping, you could sleep a couple of people in the middle there. So you'd easily get like 6 or 7 of you in this, no problem if you had to. Or if you had like a big family, you could use the 2 sleeping bits and then someone or whoever could go in that middle bit, because there is a load of room now, and where it's got that ground sheet, you sleep on that, no problem whatsoever in your sleeping bag. And the other thing that I like about this middle bit is, if you took that ground sheet out or unhooked it off a couple of the corners and rolled it back, it'd be lovely for a bit of cooking in there with the door open. You'd be well sheltered out of the wind and that. It'd be lovely in there for cooking. So this is a good tent for cooking. I can see why the people who had it before done the old fish fingers, chips and beans in it.
And tartar sauce, they had that as well.
Alright, Cat, yes, and they had tartar sauce as well. Right, so let's get the old canopy poles and try and get the canopy up on the lovely old Aventura tent. So let's undo the ties that are holding the door up so I can get the door and turn it into the canopy. Oh, and I just had a fault then. The guides in it, they're not spare guides, are they? They're the guides to do the canopy. That is why it's got extra guides in the bag. They are guides to do the poles on the canopy. Course they are, so they are not spare guides. So that means this tent is all complete. It's even got the guides for the canopy poles. So let's put the old canopy poles together. They're nice and light, these poles, and as you can see they are 3 sections each. These are good, these poles. These are lighter than the ones I've got. I've got a few sets of these canopy poles, but these are really light, these ones, so I'll probably utilise these with other tents, because they are a nice set of canopy poles. And if I found these poles on their own at the boot fair, I'd have been happy to have paid like 4 or 5 quid just for these poles and a couple of guides, because they're very useful, the old poles, and these are a nice set. So you can see it's got like little loops of material that these poles go through. So it's a little bit fiddly to get them through, but there you go, that side's gone. So let's go and do the same on the other side. Get hold of the other pole and do the same. Just thread it through that little bit of material that takes the top of the pole. And then you just need to put a couple of guides out, and the old Aventura tent will have a lovely old canopy sticking out the front. So it's same on this side. It is a little bit tight to push that through the loop. There you go, that's gone now. So there you go, the canopy poles are in. So we just need to put the guides out, and then the canopy will be up on the old £8 boot fair special. So let's get the guides ready, and they just like loop over them pin bits at the top of the poles, the spike bits. So you just loop your guides over them, pull them out tight, like that, pull it out nice and tight, and then whack a peg in it, and the old canopy will hold up nicely. So that's it, pull the guide out nice and tight, chuck a peg in it, and that side will be up. So now let's move on and do the other side the same. So just put the guide over the top, pull it out nice and tight, and chuck a peg in the ground. And there you go. The canopy is up on the old £8 boot fair bargain tent. So it's looking good, this tent with the canopy up. It really is. And it is good to use the canopy in the summer. It's nice to sit under the canopy, bit of cooking and all that. Don't put your canopy up in the winter when it is blowing a gale, because you will damage your tent. Only use it on a day when there is no wind. But it is nice to have the canopy up on the tent. When the sun is burning down high in the sky, it's nice to sit under the canopy, bit of cooking and that, and you ain't got the sun beaming right on the top of your head. So I'm a bit of a fan of the old canopy. I put them out quite a lot on tents to cook underneath and all that, because it also does the other thing. If you're near trees and all that, it will stop like leaves and bits of crap and that falling in your food. So a canopy is a really good one to cook under. It really is. So there, look at that, the Adventurer with her canopy up. Oh, I like this tent. I know it's only a bit of a budget tent, but I really like this. Now I've got it up and I'm looking round it. I like this tent. It's got a really good look to it. It really looks like good and usable. And it's not really heavy. It's quite heavy. It doesn't weigh a ton. So it is a really good tent, this. Alright, you're probably going to only take this thing car camping, but this is a great one to go car camping. If I was going somewhere with one of my mates, and we're taking the car and doing a bit of camping, this is a great one to use, isn't it? Because you've got a bedroom each, isn't it? Because some of them little tents, you don't want to be all snuggled up with your mate, do you? But this one would be fantastic, isn't it? You both have the front of your bedroom bits open. Could be chatting away, put all your gear in the middle. Yeah, this would be great for that. So the Adventurer is going to get a massive thumbs up from me. This thing is absolutely fantastic for £8. I'm glad I found this at the boot fair. I really like this tent, and I'm really looking forward to letting the adventure begin. And yeah, you fussy knickers, you was wrong, mate. You said it was a tatty old boot fair tent, but you was wrong. It's not. It's a lovely tent. No, I wasn't wrong. I meant the bag. The bag was very tatty. All right, fussy knickers. What about you, mate? Do you like it? Cool, yeah, I think it's a great tent, isn't it? Great tent for £8. And can I have fish fingers, chips and beans, please, tonight? Yeah, all right, mate, no problem. What about you, fussy knickers? Do you want fish fingers, chips and beans? No, can I have fish fingers, chips and peas? Beans are for peasants. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me again. I'm off now to sit in my lovely Adventurer tent and let the adventure begin. And then I'm going to make everyone a lovely bit of tea. So what we having, cat?
Fish fingers, chips and beans. Fish fingers, chips and beans. Fishy, 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 fishy. Fish fingers, chips and beans. And a big dollop of tartar.